Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim Akargadash, the bonds of the apostles, the bonds of the elders, the great millstone, Ruel, and Thomas' truth. Much respect to you brothers out there to preach his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of earth. Tabernacle David, hopeful elect, and speckled word. I want to say shalom. So I want to get into the weak nature of Esau Edom. All right. You know, especially when you're woke in this truth, you really see that weak nature that Esau Edom has on him, especially when you go to the Shaddai, the workplace, all right, the plantation. You know, you see how these Edomites react, you know, when they're given a task to do or a hard task to do, and they don't want to do it. You know, they they cry and moan. You know, that's just that weak nature. Or just outside, you know, academics, you know, hey, we're the smartest nation. We're the greatest nation. All right. Hey, Koholo Yahweh shout for that. All right. We're the greatest, smartest, most athletic, beautiful, greatest nation that the Lord has made, man. And you got these damn Edomites ruling over us, the base of men ruling over us. All right. And so they claim that they have that high IQ, which is a lie. All right, they're weak. Matter of fact, I was at the gym the other day, and the Edomite saw me working out. He's like, man, you know, I was doing some vertical working out, vertical training. He's like, man, I never seen anybody do that type of work. You know, back in my day, I could only jump over a tennis ball, you know? That's the Edomites for you, man. They're the weaker nation. You know, while Jake is out there, we're able to fly. We're smarter than you. We're greater than you in all aspects, man. But once again, this base man is ruling over us. And matter of fact, I'm going to get this right here. Exodus 17 and verse 16. For he said, because the Lord Yahweh Shai has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. And we have had war with this man, Esau Edom, from generation to generation, man. And I'm going to get into a couple scriptures. And, you know, it just baffles you. It just baffles us. Like, why do our people trust in this man, Esau Edom, man? They really, really love this man. I may do a lesson on it, I may not. I was on social media and I saw this Jake. A lot of Jakes was getting on him, man, calling him Uncle Ruckus. He had that Uncle Ruckus spirit on him, man. And you know, just because you're doing good in Esau Edom's kingdom doesn't mean your whole people's doing. You know, this right here, this work, this labor of love. You know, we want our people to be in power, man. We want our people to be in kingdom, into the kingdom, man. This ain't life. And say this is not life. We got the base of men ruling over us, man. And as I read in Exodus 17 and verse 16, we have war with this man from generation to generation, man. You know, at times we will be up top. You know, you look at the rulership of King David and King Solomon, which was Yahushua. That's a lesson for another day. All right. Hey, we were over them. And then you have the Greek Empire, all right, which they were calling themselves Greeks at the time, which the real Greeks was Japhet. And then they started calling them the Romans, all right. And then the Holy Roman Empire came in, and that's when we were ruling. And so, you know, Esau Edom calls that the Dark Ages. You know why? Because he wasn't ruling, man. I'm trying to say it wasn't technical knowledge, can't even say it, wasn't advanced. You know, scoffing at that because he wasn't in rulership, man. And so you had the Renaissance period where he came back into power, all right? And now to today, man, over here in Babylon the Great, which is America, amalgamation of all these other kingdoms, it's, man, Esau Edom is over us, man. All right, so we had war with him from generation to generation, man, and this is the last time that this man is going to be over us. Matter of fact, I'm going to get a couple verses above this. This is Exodus 17 and verse 8. Then came Amalek. Now who's Amalek? That's the chief tribe of Esau Edom. Fought with Israel and Rahadim. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out of men and go out and fight with Amalek to the morrow. And I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of my power in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said unto him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses and Aaron and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. You know, that's also can be symbolic, man. You know, the Lord have his hand over us. You know, we're doing what the Lord telling us to do. We're going to prevail. All right. But if we are in sin, all right, we choose the ways of these heathens nations, choose the ways of their ways. All right. These other nations are going to be over us. And also, you know, another metaphor, another example, I should say, you know, us in this truth, you know, you got to go hard for this truth. You got to endure to the end, endure as a soldier. You doing the work of the Lord. These demons are scared of you. These demons know who you are. All right. Yes, they're still going to attack you, but you're still fighting. But you let off your hand. You let your hand off the plow. All right. Those demons are going to jump on you and you're going to lose this battle, man. All right. Verse 12. But Moses' hands were heavy, and he took a stone and put it under him and sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, and one on the other side, and other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going of sundown. Now you got to check that strength that we had back then. Even now, you know, we have some strength, but not compared to the ancient man's strength, man. All right, here you are, you holding up for a long time, man. Pretty much to like the next day. That's some strength, man. Hey, our forefathers were strong, and we gonna get that strength and more back very, very soon. And Joshua discomforted the Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord Yahweh Shai said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in the book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under the heaven. And Moses built an altar and called it the name of Jehovah Nasi. I believe that's how you say it. But you know, we fell away from our power, man. We fell away from our heritage that the Lord has given us, our true religion that the Lord has given us, man. All right. And so instead of our people remembering who our enemy is and who we have been fighting over and over, you know, now our people's joined hands with them. You know, and here it is, our forefather Moses, you know, he did a great work, man. Holding up, what was it, the stones for a long time, man. And then Joshua fighting Amalek. You know, that was some work that our people put in. But our people forget that. But let's get this about Esau Edom. Classic scripture, which you should know when you first come into this truth. All right, Genesis 25 and verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, and met the Lord, the prophet of that day. And the Lord Yahweh Shai said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall stand, Slakia, and one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elders shall serve the younger. This is a prophecy, all right? Because if you don't know, you Edomites, you're going to serve us. Right now, we're serving you, but you're going to serve us, man. When her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Now, why they put emphasis of why he came out red, because hey, ain't nobody at that time period was red, man. This was the first red man. All right, a clean leopard. All right, a clean leopard. That's who Esau Edom is, man. All red all over. While everybody else in that time period was brown, different shades of brown. So that's why they comment, hey, this man came out red. You know, Esau means wasted away is he. And after that came his brother out and took hold of Esau heel. Now that's representation, you know. Hey, Esau Edom got first of the kingdom, and then we got next, man. And also Esau Edom was getting beat up in the womb, man. Which goes to show you that weak nation that he had, man. We're the stronger nation. This man has always been weak. He just sticks to the game plan. All right, which our people need to stick to the game plan, and that's serving Yahweh Shemel Shah, and we'll get over this. All right, but hey, the Lord only has his elect that's going to follow him and do the work and will of Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right. And his name was Jacob Yaquab, supplanter. Okay. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew. Esau was a cunning hunter. All right, the Lord is showing you the nature of Esau Edom. All right, who's out there hunting all these animals to extinction? That's Esau Edom, man. A man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. All right, he served the Lord, did what the Lord told him to do, and he was just chill. All right. You see, Esau Edom, a lot of times, a lot of them just jump out of planes, you know, and they go crazy, man. They drinking that Red Bull and vodka together, and they get wasted, man. Tore up, I should say. You know, you see them Edomites, man, just tore up. Like, why would you do that? Why would you drink something that's gonna make you wasted and then drink something that's gonna give you energy at the same time? You just asking for your body to just be tore up, man. But hey, that's the base of men. Get this right here, Genesis 25 and verse 30. Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. All right. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? Now, you know, this is just me speaking as a man. You know, why do the heathen rage? Imagine a vain thing. You know, they trying to open up those portals with CERN. You know, once again, just me speaking as a man. You know, maybe they trying to do some time travel, man. Trying to go back to their forefather Esau and tell him not to sell his birthright. But it's already written in the scriptures, man. There's nothing that you can do about it. Or it's just them serving their other guys, man, trying to reach to their other guys. But you don't realize, hey, Yahweh Shemel Shah controls the left hand and right hand side, man. Right? Your witchcraft, all that stuff. Hey, all that stuff that you into serving these other guys is not going to prolong your kingdom. You're through. You're through. Just like your name, Esau. Wasted away is he. You're going to be wasted away. Literally. All right. First and foremost, your skin pigment is wasted away. And now you're going to be wasted away very soon. Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do unto me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. Hey, you supposed to be a man of your word. You swore that you sold your birthright to your brother, to our forefather Jacob. And this is another reason why you should never trust your enemy, man. He says he's going to do something, just like he made those treaties with Gad and Reuben. And what'd he do? He reneged on them treaties, man. He's shown that he was the devil that he is, man. Never to be trusted. All right? But still, our people still to this day trusting this man when he's not a man of his word. Let's see. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage and lentils. He did eat and drank and rose up and went his way. And Esau dispensed his birthright. All right, you supposed to be a man of the word, but hey, you wasn't, man. As we'll get into. But first, I'm going to get Genesis 4:1, because this is Esau and Jacob too. All right? Cain and Abel. Cain is Esau. Abel is Jacob. All right? Those who have the ears to hear, eyes to see, are able to understand this. All right? There's nothing new under the sun. It's Genesis 4:1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was the keeper of the sheep, but Cain was the tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought the fruit of the ground and offering unto the Lord. Now back then, they had the law back then as well. Okay? And this goes to show you that Esau Edom always has been contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. Now back then the law was oral. And so you knew what you had to do to please the Lord, but he still wanted to do his own thing, man. Abel also brought the firstlings of his flock and the fat thereof. That's what the Lord wanted. The firstling of the flock. And to burn that fat. But Esau Edom, hey, he wanted, at the time he was Cain, he wanted to do his own thing. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and his offering, but Cain, and to his offering, he had no respect. And that's just the spirit that the Lord has unto Esau Edom, man. No respect unto him. All right, because he's that vessel of clay as made to dishonor the Lord. All right. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto him, Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is that countenance fallen? If thou doest well, thou shalt not be accepted. If thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And hey, that's who Esau Edom chose. He chose to serve Satan, man. All right. The Lord say, hey, you do what I tell you to do. It's gonna go well with you. All right, choose who you gonna serve this day. And Cain talked with Abel and his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field. Now, at the time, I meant to say this as well. At the time, Cain had pigment. All right, but we're going to read. The Lord took that pigment, that melanin away from him. All right, but you carnal jakes out there, y'all get too caught up in that melanin, like melanin's gonna save you. Hey, if you don't have Yahweh by Shem Yahushua in your life, you through. All right, you ain't doing what the Lord telling you to do, you through, man. That melanin ain't gonna save you. All right, but at this time, Esau Edom, Cain had melanin. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I am not. Slaki said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And that's Abel. All right. When Cain slew his brother Abel, all right, his spirit went into the spirit realm and started crying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, like, look at this nigga, man. He just slew me, man. But guess what? You gonna get that get back unto you. All right. The Lord is just tallying up all your sins, as we'll read. Now art thou cursed from the earth, which has opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not hence yield unto her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. Okay? The Lord is telling you, wherever this man goes, it's not going to be fruitful. And he's going to be a fugitive and a vagabond. All right, this man, spirit that this man has on him, he has raped, robbed, and murdered all these nations, man, especially Yasharallah. All right. Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. That weak nation, man. That weak nature that this man Esau Edom has upon him. All right. As they say in the world, you can't do the crime, don't do the time. Us. Slacky, I messed it up. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Slocky, y'all. All right. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And this man Esau Edom was crying like a little bitch, man. Crying shame. But guess what? The Lord's tallying up all your sins, man. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and shall be a fugitive and vagabond in the earth, and shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord Yahweh Shemiel Shah said unto him, therefore whosoever slave Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord Yahweh Shemiel Shah set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him shall kill him. And that's why you can't take vengeance upon this man Esau Edom. Lord wants our people to be spiritual. All right, we fighting a spiritual fight. You can't fight this man carnally. Okay? And that's why you see when our people do something in this kingdom or do something to Esau Edom, we get a worse sentence than when Esau Edom does something to us. Okay? And also that mark, the Lord took away his melanin. All right? That's also to show you who Esau Edom is. Well, let's get this right here. Romans 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemiel Shah. All right? Vengeance is the Lord. And the Lord is going to repay vengeance. But as we'll get, Lord willing, we'll get to it in Ezekiel 25 and Psalms 137. All right? The Lord is going to use us as well. All right? To give vengeance upon this man Esau Edom. Let's see. Because you can also go to Genesis 27. And when you read into Genesis 27, you see how wroth, I should say, how wroth was Esau Edom towards us, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to get there. Genesis 27, verse 34. And Esau heard the words of his father, and he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. But you sold your birthright, man. Goes to show you weak, and you not a man of your word. For you have supplanted me for these 2 times, and he took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren I have given to him for servants, and with corn and wine I have sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? All right, because Isaac is Yahushua. Isaac is King Solomon. It's Yahushua. All right, he gave that blessing. All right, and as we read, Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. You know, this man had that weak nature, man, just crying and crying and crying, man. But you sold your birthright, man. You couldn't just take the L. Couldn't be a man of your word. See, back then, being a man of your word meant something. You say something and you meant it. But Esau Edom has always been contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shemiel Shah. Has always been a weak weasel, man. All right. But the Lord is laying down the Esau Edom's blessing. So he got the dew of heaven, the fatness. All right. So right now we're under this man's rulership. And you see that he has the islands, the names, places named after him. Hey, he got a rulership over our homeland. And also says in verse 40, by thy sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother, and shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. then I will slay my brother Jacob. Now, when you go into this, go into the account, Esau and Jacob, you know, hey, they became cool, but that perpetual hatred has passed down from generation to generation. Okay? It's passed down from generation to generation. All right? And this man has been given the blessing of the sword. So this is a blessing how to identify who Esau Edom is in the world. Who's been given the blessing of the sword? A modern day sword is a gun. I'm going to get this right here. You know, once again, Esau Edom has always had that weak nature on him, man. Always had that weak nature. You know, remember brothers have mentioned, you know, you got all these hoods and they all got guns. Why don't Esau Edom, you know, those mass shooters, why doesn't Esau Edom go into those hoods, man? Why? Because you got that weak nature on you, man. You go to a grocery store and places like that, grocery store and a school, where they don't have guns like that. Because you go after the women and little children, the old and elderly. That's who you go after, because you're weak. Let's get this in 1 Maccabees 1:59. Now, the 5 of the 20th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which upon the altar of Yahweh, which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women. They have caused their children. So again, let me turn this on. Put to death certain women that have caused their children to be circumcised, because this man Esau Edom didn't want us to profess that we were Jews, that we were the children of Yasharallah. Just like to this day, man, you profess that you are God's chosen people, and you're labeled an enemy. And he hung the infants about their necks, and rifled their houses, and slew them that have circumcised them. Howbeit in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing, wherefore the rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died, and there was a very great wrath upon Israel. You see, our forefathers stood for something, man. And you see these weak ass jakes out here joining to Esau Edom. You know, our forefathers rather die than to eat pork. Rather die than to not have their children uncircumcised, man. Because our people serve the Lord. Now, you always had them sects of Israel, as you read in 1 Maccabees as well, that rather be joined into the ways of the heathens, because the heathens give them license to sin, man. All right, y'all going to get recompense to you too. All right, it's going to happen, man. Matter of fact, 2 Thessalonians 1:6, seeing it is a righteous thing with power to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. All right, so Esau Edom troubled us in the past. Hey, matter of fact, there's nothing new on the sun. He did that to our children back then. And what did he do? He threw here in Babylon the Great, threw our children to our children were bait unto alligators, and to these other animals. That's a very, very evil, wicked, vile man. And the Lord said in 2 Thessalonians 1:6 and various other chapters, recompense is going to come upon you, Esau Edom. Matter of fact, let's get this. Ezekiel 25 and verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because Edom have dwelt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom. I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger, and according to my fury, that they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh power. All right. So not only the Lord is going to give vengeance upon you, Esau Edom. All right. The Lord is going to use his men When we get that power, Lord willing, we be of that sect, we're going to get vengeance upon you, man. And you're not going to like it. You're going to know the Lord's anger and wrath. All right, because the Lord has tallied up all your sins that you have done unto our nation. And you're going to get that recompense. You're going to drink that same cup. And it's going to be a lot worse than what you have done to our people. All right. Matter of fact, let's get this. I may just end it right here. This is Psalms 137 and verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon, they were set down. Yea, we wept when we remember Zion. All right. Because we were in slavery, man, in captivity. And this man Esau Edom. We hang our harps upon the wheels in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required a song, and they that wasted us required us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion's. You see? And that's what they have our people do now. You know, make a mockery of our people. You know, you want to sign this record label deal? Well, hey, you got to dress like a woman. You know? They want us to sing and dance and be in the entertainment. But elect, the hopeful elect, ain't having none of that. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land, you see? Because this is not our rest. And I'm going to jump down to verse 7. Remember, O Lord, Yahweh Shem outside the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise the end to the foundation thereof. All right? Because you go back to account, man. This man Esau Edom always had that weak nature on him, man. In the time of Egypt, attacking the weak, all right, the women and children. Babylon helped further our destruction. Attack the women and children and those that try to escape. You got a lot coming to you, Esau Edom. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. You see that? Who are to be destroyed. Happy shall it be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall it be that taken and dashed thy little ones against the stones. You see that? So you're gonna get that recompense. You dash our little children against the stones. You fed our little children to these wild beasts. What's gonna happen to you, man? You're gonna get that same recompense and more. Hey, and we're gonna have that spiritual power. And there's nothing that you hey, man, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing in that day, man. But I'm gonna end it right there. Lord, want us to edify. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem Kagadash in the war of Baal Shalom Kwam Yashawala.